To Argentina, where 13 presidential pre-candidates spread across 9 different coalitions are campaigning ahead of this year's electoral process. Now, the first step is the open, simultaneous, and compulsory primary elections, better known by its acronym in Spanish, PASO elections. That is due next month. Leo Pobletti now has the details on who's who in Argentina's presidential race.
The ruling Front for Victory coalition has enrolled only one presidential candidate, Daniel Scioli, who is the governor of the Buenos Aires Province, Argentina's largest. His running mate is Zannini, the government's legal and technical secretary since President Nestor Kirchner took office back in 2003.
The Front for Victory has a very balanced ticket, which reflects the diverse sectors that make up the coalition.
If you win the primary election, it's very hard to then lose the general election. On the contrary, you gain 3 or 4 or even 5 percentage points. I think that the Front for Victory is in an interesting position to take out the PASO election and get an even stronger win in the general election on October 25th, with a good chance of reaching 45% of the vote.
Cambiemos is a coalition on the right of the political spectrum. It will enter the PASO elections in August with 3 presidential tickets. According to polls, the front-runner in this primary is the mayor of the city of Buenos Aires, Mauricio Macri.
He is a man that does not have a background in party politics. Many thought he'd grow tired of it quickly, but he has hung on. Good or bad, love him or loathe him, he's hung on. This has converted him into an interesting centre-right alternative for those that want to change in that sense in Argentina.
Sergio Massa of the Renewal Front has plummeted in the polls after being a serious contender only a few months ago.
He's trailing by a long margin, but he could play a role in the final decision. Not so much him, but more so the votes he manages to pull in. It is yet to be seen, as it is his first ever shot as a presidential candidate, and he still doesn't have a clear leadership over those votes.
Social Democrat, Trotskyist and Conservative coalitions make up the remaining political forces that will compete at the PASO elections and will have to harvest a minimum 1.5% of votes in order to proceed to October's general election. All Argentines aged 16 years and over head to the polls next month to select their presidential candidates for October's general elections, with ruling party candidate Daniel Scioli and the leader of Argentina's right, Mauricio Macri, leading the pack. Leo Pobletti, teleSUR, Buenos Aires.